can't quite get my head around how different this sounds. I'm obsessed. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is it. This is the album. I don't want to be one thing. Hello. Welcome to this video. My name is Dan, aka Lucid, and today I'm going to be reacting to Wolf Alice's brand new album. This is The Clearing. Let's go. So, Wolf Alice. I fucking love this band. They're like one of my favorite bands. Obviously, people who usually see me on YouTube, I'm usually doing pop music. Like, I'm not necessarily like a big band person, but like with Wolf Alice, their songwriting, the emotion in their music, the harmonic movements in their music, the production style, everything about this band is just like brilliant. So I first discovered them through my bestie, Ash, who you can hear this full story on the podcast episode we did about Wolf Alice, where he actually invited me to see them in Tokyo when we were both living in Tokyo, and I turned it down because I didn't think it was my kind of thing, and I was so annoyed afterwards. But yeah, so he introduced me to Visions of a Life album, and like it wormed its way into my ear and became like part of the soundtrack of my time when I was living in Japan. So then when Blue Weekend was coming out, I was like fully prepped and fully excited, and it still stands maybe one of my top 5 albums of all time. Yeah. Delicious Things, one of my favorite songs ever. And everything I've heard so far from this album, I've fucking adored. Like Bloom Baby Bloom was unexpected but fab. And then The Sofa. Oh, I haven't heard the other song, White Horses song. I decided to save it. The hype is real for this album. Let's put it that way. But yeah, before we get into this, hi, welcome to a lot of people who might not have watched as much of my content because this is more rock than I usually do. So welcome to the channel. Like I do like a live analysis as I react. So it's all about getting into the lyrics, the production, trying to figure out what it means. That's why my videos are so long. So if you love like videos that really, really get into detail, then consider subscribing to my channel. Yeah, and if you want to support me even further, watch my videos with no cuts and check out my reactions to all the new music coming out as well, then you can do so over on Patreon. Obviously, YouTube and the copyright algorithm are fucking bullshit. Obviously, YouTube's amazing for this platform, but the way that I earn money really 90% of the time is not through YouTube anymore. And so in order for me to actually continue with my career and pay the bills, the Patreon is super, super important. And there are loads of different ways you can get involved, starting from the £3 tier upwards. You can even request reactions from me over on there. And there's a lovely little community of music lovers for you to chat with and everything as well. And if you can't afford to right now, Patreon's still the best place to actually catch up on everything I'm doing on the free tier. Because it's not like algorithmically led, you will actually see everything I post. Unlike on YouTube and Instagram and everything. So yes, if you want to actually keep up with everything I'm doing, then consider going to the free tier on Patreon as well. Also, make sure to leave your top 5 songs from the album in the comments. Something everybody on the channel loves to do is leaving their top 5 songs, and I go through them and, you know. But yeah, and make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see my favorite song from the album. I'm so excited. Okay, song number 1 is Thorns. Let's go. Ooh, interesting. What an opener. Oh, fuck off with that minor 4. I fucking adore that weird watery vocoder. I must be a narcissist. This is so different for them. I can't. This is even like almost like Elton John or something. Do you know what I mean? Ugh. Must you deliver the blow? You could reflect the fear. I can't quite get my head around how different this sounds from Wolf Alice. It is kind of jarring. I literally love that. The harmonies and stuff are gorgeous. It's almost musical theatre. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Ugh, come on. It sounds like a finale.
Sun goes down, the curtain lifts, and I'll sing a song.
Hello. Oh my god. Da 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 da. I can't quite get my head around this sound. It sounds so different. Like just the references are so different for them. Okay, so obviously you kind of got a bit of that kind of, yeah, like I mentioned, the Elton John, a bit of the Queen about it. Really like high production values. It feels like such a big evolution for them. You know, I think maybe the biggest step they've taken. Okay, let's talk about like the chords. Gorgeous, using a lot of those kind of classic kind of Bob Dylan-y, Joni Mitchell kind of gorgeous borrowed chord situations, which they've always been great at, but usually like they're focused on guitar phrasing. Whereas like with this, it's like full on piano led. I think that's probably why it sounds so different. Yeah, I know that this album they've joined with Greg Kurstin, which is why I've got the Adele albums on the back to do this. And so I guess that's kind of the element of the other kind of coming in and really kind of exploding the Wolf Alice sound and taking it in a completely new place. In terms of what it's about, I guess it's about like her assessing her own like need to share every element of herself on stage. Am I a narcissist? But like the way that they lean into like the almost like musical theatre element of it kind of adds this kind of edge of humour and edge of like self-deprecation that I find really fascinating, because it's kind of like, yeah, I'm a narcissist. Yeah, I have to share every part of myself on stage to feel any kind of joy. And here's the absolute most dramatic kind of self-indulgent way of expressing that, you know? Did it help to take the thorn out? Telling the whole world you'd been hurt. Taking the thorn out, like obviously she's been in pain from something and had to share that through song. And metaphorically, she's taken the thorn out. She's like, did it actually help? I must be a narcissist. God knows that I can't resist to make a song and dance about it. I love that, because obviously they're making a song, but making a song and dance, especially in kind of British phraseology, is kind of like, it's like making a mountain out of a molehill. It feels very British in that way, doesn't it? There's this feeling in the UK of like, if you make too much out of yourself and you take yourself too seriously, it's quite a kind of like negative thing. And we kind of actively, societally diminish that in one another by kind of taking the piss or say stuff like, oh, no need to make a song and dance out of it. You know, you're not that special. You know, it's very kind of intrinsic in British culture. Something that I've always kind of come up against, because especially when you are a musician and stuff and you want to make music, you always bring in this question of like, oh, why should anyone care about like what I have to say, you know? And they've kind of captured that feeling so well. Did you have to take the knife out? The silver would have shone had you not twist. Ooh. Would the wounds have healed had you not wrote the words down? Yeah. I wonder whether like maybe she's written a song that's kind of had a bit of blowback. The sun goes down, the curtain lifts, and I sing a song. I love it. And it's like opening, the curtain lifts and the show begins. I love that they've conceptualized this album like almost as a show. Like it's very interesting, especially when you think about the music video for Bloom Baby Bloom as well. Meta, opening the show, being very aware that you're opening the show. Yeah, it's so clever. Okay, let's go on to Bloom Baby Bloom. Obviously, I've heard this about 12,000 times. You can check out my initial reaction to this over on Patreon with no cuts to the music video and everything. Or I did a YouTube short about it, which nobody watched. Anyway, this has been Baby Bloom. Now let's vibe out to Bloom Baby Bloom. Do I have to show ya? I need to learn the words. Fucking baby, baby man. The drums in this just fucking kill me every time. Look at me trying to play it hard. Look at me trying to play it hard. I'm so sick and tired of trying to play it hard. Oh, this chorus is fucking perfection. The way that the jagged drum-led dryness of the verses go into this like legato melodic chorus is just stunning. The contrast is beautiful and it's unexpected, you know. I just love this song. I feel like the vibes I've been getting about this song have been like, you know, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's so good. The vocal delivery here is on the fucking edge. It's sick. Yes, I bloom, baby, bloom. Every flower needs to neighbor with the dirt. I just fucking love that as a metaphor. It's so cutting. Bloom, baby, bloom. The production values in this album are like up here. Yes, I bloom, baby, bloom. Every flower needs to grow up by the weeds. Fab. Ugh, I just fucking love that song. Just the sound of it is electric, but there's the dryness in the drums and the clunk of that piano is just it's perfect. I love it. And then like, yeah, for it to kind of like really follow the vocal and to go into this smoothness in that chorus, it's so gorgeously cathartic to kind of go from something that kind of is rumbling into something really smooth. Let's have a quick another look at the lyrics, but I did like a full on my first analysis on Patreon. So, do I have to make you sit on your hands? Fucking baby man. Do you want me to show you who I am? See this fire in my eyes, boy? That's your flash in the pan. I just love that. Do I have to make you sit on your hands is just such a great opening lyric. Oh, God. The absolute, like, distaste in Ellie's mouth is just the derision in that lyric is so good, isn't it? You can feel it. You can hear it in the way that she performs it too. It's like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. Like, why are you even fucking here, you little prick, you know? And it's just palpable. Look at me trying to play it hard. My despair masked by a flawed facade. Yeah. So it's like she's putting on this like calloused outer layer. There's a real kind of gender opposition here where she's like, why do I have to act like a man in order to feel powerful? Like, why do I have to act all hard when actually my power is in my emotionality? You know, and the chorus is like, I'm going to free that emotionality and let it just like bloom like a gorgeous flower. It's just beautiful metaphor. I love it. And I mean, that really speaks to me, like the power and emotionality. I've never been, you know, a man's fan at all. Have you met me? You know, and like often you're told that it's weak to be emotional, that it's weak to be sensitive. And I love that in this song, she's just like, you know, you'll see my true worth when I bloom, you know. And if you knew me, you'd know that it would hurt. Feel like I won't flower in spoiled earth, but I'll bloom. Fuck you, I'm going to bloom like the flower that I am. Let's go on to the next one. This is Just Two Girls. Ooh. Love that bass line. The dexterity in that bass line's gorge.
I was looking at her extensions. She looked so pretty, it was fucking offensive. She said it's so red. You're so red.
Okay, nice.
When did you become
Really smooth, really retro.
Let this world get a little to your head. I say it's
Love all the little details, the little rhythm changes.
I like the way she talks incessantly. Tiny
Is this disco?
drinking
Almost.
She undressed my every thought, the way that you can pay for just
Nice. Yeah. Oh.
sipping on a
Cool.
You're fine, know you like I know ya. You know the best part is the deep before the hangover. Yeah, you're so red.
I love how they got rid of the piano there. Great. There's lots of kind of complexity and dexterity in the production, but it's all very subtle, you know?
Tiny epiphany when she's drinking with me. People in the room when I undress my hair.
Ugh.
Here's the stage.
Oh. getting better and better as it goes on. Excuse me? Oh my god, completely out of nowhere, key change. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. There's something really 70s about this, you know? Well, it wasn't a key change, it was just a little borrowed, funky meandering. I love the sense of suspension in this song. Like, it doesn't feel like it's settled, does it? It kind of keeps going and going. Oh. Okay, wait. Okay, fab. Oh my God. I really liked the flow of that one. Like, that one really felt like the band was like in the pocket. I mean, they always do, but like that one, because of the complexity, especially in the bass line and the drums, it really kind of emphasized that element of the band just being so in sync. Yeah, again, such a big focus on the piano. Like, it's really interesting that they've gone so piano heavy this time. Sorry, I'm taking my socks off because I'm too hot. Yeah. A really interesting song. Also, another little thing I noticed, there's actually probably true of all the songs that I've heard from this album so far, is that it feels like the songwriting and the production and everything is following the vocal. I think that's another quite marked change. I always felt like Ellie's vocal was more like part of the mix. It was almost like unilateral kind of power stance between the different instruments in the band, including her voice. Whereas like with this album, it really feels like Ellie's stepped out, not only in her confidence, like through the live performances that I've seen of it so far, and actually a lot of the lyrics seem to be her stepping into a more powerful place, right? We talked about that on Bloom Baby Bloom. It feels as if like she's found a new element of confidence and is willing to really put herself forward. And you can hear that in the sound of the production. It's like the melody is leading where the song is going and all the other instruments are following along. And that very much was like key in like the Bloom Baby Bloom chorus, for instance, you know, and it was the same here. I think that's another part of why it sounds so different for them, you know? Yeah. But just such a lovely, easygoing flow with this kind of rich, kind of 1970s kind of sound and some obviously great harmonic stuff, which I expect from Wolf Alice, to be honest. Like, if there was a Wolf Alice song that didn't have a borrowed chord in it, I'd be like, what is going on? or a gorgeous seventh chord as well. Like, they love the sevenths, like they're everywhere. I was looking at her extensions. She looked so pretty, it was fucking offensive. She said, if you want long hair, then just go and get it. I said, just so right. I like the way she change smokes incessantly, tiny epiphanies when she's drinking with me. Here's a stage, you're the star. Just two girls. I love this, like the freedom in like being in the bar, having a couple of drinks, maybe being in the smoking area and having the most like profound thoughts. She's kind of highlighting the kind of silliness in it, you know, in a way as, you know, the tiny epiphanies and the way that it starts off talking about extensions, you know, it's like, I love it. It feels so relatable as well, you know. You know, the best part is the debrief on the hangover. You're so right. You're so right. This is like such a besties song, isn't it? Like, yeah, tiny epiphanies is just, it's just a gorgeous little turn of phrase. It also kind of plays into this, like the narrative of like her self-expression. This is the stage, you're the star, you know, it's all coming together, you know. Right, let's continue with this leaning against the wall. Already loved the sound design stuff at the beginning. So let's go. I feel like we're in a small bar. Cool.
It really, really made the room sing.
Interesting.
The way you said my name.
That drum is so fat and live.
I wanted you to walk on over.
Seems like a little bit country, isn't it?
I followed you around the corner.
Cool.
Leaning against the wall.
Beautiful guitar.
You put my name up in
Oh, wow. Oh my God, what an interesting place to go. so beautiful.
World in slow-mo.
Oh, it feels so cinematic, doesn't it? The way the world just disappears. And then it goes into a completely different vibe here. It's so fab. It's like a dream, you know? Is there anyone out there? It's almost like the slow motion. You can see the lights on her and everything's like suspended for a moment, you know? Oh, hello. I love the kind of almost like alien feeling here as well. Like, is anyone out there, you know? Okay. I love how distorted the drums are. Wow. Oh, stunning. What a... What the fuck? Oh my god, that just like went off the fucking rails. That is a very, very cool fucking song. Wow, like completely shocking me at every single moment. It was a constant surprise. It just kept going. And it felt like it went through different worlds, you know, within one song. And right up to the end, they still were shocking me and surprising me. Just like really amazing. Yeah, it was kind of really surprised me and I love it. Because it kind of starts off with almost like the kind of like finger picking led live drums. We're like in the room, we're in this kind of acoustic venue. You can picture her up on stage and she sees this guy leaning up against the wall. It's such a cool kind of pose, isn't it? It's like so nonchalant and so sexy. And it just suspends time. And I just love how that's represented in the production of it. As soon as she says, and I see you leaning against the wall, you're thinking the melody is going to continue going, but it doesn't. You're thinking all the production is going to keep going, but it doesn't. It all dips out and you've just got that acoustic guitar and it's like really beautiful. And then it goes into some totally different place where it almost feels like she's in this kind of dream world, you know? And it kind of feels like she's out on stage doing her thing. She sees this person and suddenly everything changes and she's like lost within the world of her dreams, you know? And then it kind of fades back into reality and then we're back in the room again. That's very, very, very cool. Like so much storytelling in the sound of it. Yeah, it feels cinematic. It feels like you're there, you know? It really, really made the room sing the way you said my name. Like you could not believe I'd be here, though our friends are all the same. You put my world in slow-mo. You put my name up in lights. Doesn't anybody love you more than I do? Is there anyone out there? Yeah, I love like using the word, is there anyone out there, for this kind of alien feeling. I love the visceral feeling of like everything's gone into slow motion. I love you put my name up in lights, this idea that she's like playing with the idea of her being a star, you know, tossing and turning with that feeling. In this situation, this person makes her feel like a star, you know? Is love our greatest performance? Yeah, love is a performance. I thought as you spun me around, public displays of affection when it takes two, so there's always a crowd. I like the thrill of my performing when I abuse the courage of white wine. I thought she said white lines on the video. I was like, wow. Really fascinating and really playing with the idea of performance and show and artifice and what is her and what is performance and what is facade and what is like internal, you know? It really like every single song seems to be playing with that. And this one really plays with it in a really fascinating way. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is Passenger Seat. Oh, the indicator sound. I love that. Gorge. Oh, those chords. Oh, stunning. Gorgeous. Oh, love it. Oh, nice. love those chords. They're so good. Oh, so good.
These things now forever, and I need you to explain now. Remember maybe it's me. I could just so you see.
Oh, I'm obsessed. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
When you go, maybe it's me. I can just so you see. I did right. In the passenger seat.
Yeah. There's something kind of 90s about this one. I love it. Gorgeous. Fuck. Yes. Love it. There's something so gorgeously nostalgic about that. Everything about the lyrics, everything about the production of it, the vibe of it. It felt like, is it like Macy Gray? Is that the right reference? Maybe something else from that kind of era. It reminds me so much of all the songs that were around in my childhood, you know? And that feeling of like being in the passenger seat, driving around and just like the wind in your hair, like it kind of connects to the sofa in that way, like the mundane things, you know? Oh God, there was so much about that. I just loved the vibe of it. The chords were just stunning, like so many fun little flourishes. The using of the click clock of the indicator, which is a very retro sounding indicator as well. This isn't like a 2025 brand new car. This is like a fucking 90s car indicator sound. Using that as the rhythm to kind of in the intro, but then bringing it back in halfway through and then exploding out of it. Just gorgeous dynamics, gorgeous details, gorgeous chords, and the vibe is just tangible. I loved that. You know what? They're the best. They really are my favourite band. Stuck in the traffic, giving too much time to think. I've not felt like this before in all my life. And the song that's playing now will always remind me of you. Driving me crazy as you're driving me home. Looks like I'll only write love songs once you left me alone. And the song that's playing now will always remind me of you. Oh God, I love that. How romantic. Like to be like this relationship is so great that I'm going to be stuck only ever writing love songs like forever, you know? And then the connection with the memory of the music reminding you of them. Oh, so gorgeous. Maybe it's me. I can't drive, so you see. It's a power play. You take the wheel and I'll stay. In the passenger seat, I'm your girl. There really is an interesting thing there. The idea of being in the passenger seat being like a place of diminished power. Like you're not taking control of the vehicle. You're in the passenger seat. And I feel like she's kind of letting that happen. There's definitely her playing with power and like, because she was talking about on Bloom Baby Bloom, the way that she feels as if she wants to be able to let go of that hard exterior. And it feels like she's leaning into that again here. Stop at the station, share a bottle of Coke. You know, it tastes so much sweeter when you don't drink it alone. Oh God, this is so nice. And will these things now forever remind me of you? I want to feel the wind in my hair. Can you roll down the roof? And the song that's playing now will remind me of you. Oh, can you roll down the roof? It's like it's like an old car. I literally just love all those little details. Oh God, it reminds me of like me and Michael. Like the first summer that we were together, we had a gorgeous road trip, and I met like all of his family and friends. And it's one of those things where the songs we played on that trip will stick with us for the rest of our lives. You know, it's beautiful, and I just love how she's captured that feeling in the lyrics here. It's just beautiful. I love it. Oh, I think that might be my favourite one so far. Love it. Oh. Okay, next one. This is Play It Out. Interesting. Arpeggio on the piano.
When my body
Wow.
no longer make a mother of me, will I change my notion of time?
Oh my God.
Change your mind
Wow.
when I scatter ashes in the river's water. sexy on a man.
Yeah.
Just let me play it out.
Let me grow old gracefully. Wow. Ellie's lyrics on this album have been fucking stunning. Like some of the best of her career, like, honestly.
A place and time where life brings me elsewhere. In sickness and good health. I promise to love and cherish myself.
Wow. I'm gonna marry myself. Oh, beautiful. Oh my God.
Just watch me build castles in the hourglass.
Her fucking lyrics that are just phenomenal. Watch me build castles in the hourglass sand. Ah.
I wanna age with excitement. Go crazy and feel the light. Don't just look sexy on a map. Just let me play it out. Just let me play it out.
Oh my God. Is this like playing out music? There's something quite childlike about that. Really fascinating song. Fabulous. Oh my God, what poetry. Just stunning poetry. I'm gonna make sandcastles in the hourglass sand is just mind-blowing as a metaphor. The sands of time, my time on this earth is running out, but rather than worrying about the passing of time, I'm going to choose to make sandcastles, something that's considered a childlike activity. Connect with my inner child and enjoy my life in the way that I want to, you know? But it's all in that time. It's just fucking phenomenal. Like, oh my God. And like, what a unique sound design thing as well. Really simple, almost nursery rhyme, like in the way that it kind of has a kind of simplistic piano with a vocal line played in unison with the piano. Yeah, and she's considering her own mortality. She's considering her own body clock as a woman, you know. She's considering the way that people will perceive her as a woman as she grows older, you know. Oh, it's just next level. But I love how it like evolved. The thing is with Wolf Alice songs is that they always evolve. There was dynamic shifts. They love like taking on a journey throughout the whole thing. And I loved the way it kind of slowly rose up and slowly went back down again in that one. It was just beautiful. Like there was drums for only for like a tiny section. When my body can no longer make a mother of me. What a gorgeous way to put it. Just the poetry. Will I change my notion of time? And will you change your mind on me? And I'll be something to leave behind. So she's clearly got involved with somebody, right? And she's like, when I hit my mid to late 30s or 40s and I can no longer actually carry a child, will that change my own perception of my life and time? And will it change your mind? Like, will it change your perception of who I am as a woman? Like, that's just, yeah. When I scatter ashes in the river's water, will I change my notion of family? How long before I'm happy again and I see those who still surround me? Yeah, it's just like when my parents die and I go to scatter their ashes, will my idea of family change? Will I stop taking it for granted? Like, oh God, it's like the passing of time and these huge milestones that we all hit as people and how it can change us and how it does change us. I will rule the world, rock the cradle with a babeless hand. Amazing. Just watch me build castles in the hourglass sand. Might still hear screaming in the hallway from the empty pram. In my mind, I didn't put it there. It was some other fucker's plan. So this expectation of her to be a mother was never hers. I want to age with excitement, feel the world expand, go grey and feel delighted. Don't just look sexy on a man. Let me play it out. Just let me play out my life in the way that I want to do it. And it's like she knows that as a woman, she's going to get judged for getting old, you know, especially as she's in the public eye. She's really coming to terms with being in the public eye, right? It's very interesting because like me and my friend Ash bumped into her on the street one time and he was like, oh my God, hi, and just started chatting and she seemed like so shocked by being recognized. Maybe that's been happening more often, like since Blue Weekend. And so maybe it was us bumping into her that prompted her self-discovery and being in the public eye. I'd like to think so. Beautiful. Stunning. Next one. This is Bread, Butter, Tea, Sugar. British. Why does this piano sound like... Oh, so good. Oh my God. It sounded like it's like a EastEnders or something. It's not EastEnders, but something like that. Oh, nice. love the bounciness. Is it Neighbours or something? Oh God, what is it? There's some reference there.
You were just what I'm qualified for.
It almost sounds like Beatles as well, doesn't it? It's so retro. I feel like this vibe of like 70s, you know, London is like captured so much within this album. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, oh. Oh, fuck off. God, this sounds like so proper. Oh God, what is it? Oh my God, there's a reference. Is that it? Oh, fabulous. Oh my God, everything about this just... it's so good. It's so good. So good. Every single song is so inspired, you know? And that's what I always love about a Wolf Alice project is that like every single time an album comes around, it takes a long time, but like every single song is inspired. No filler. Everything has such a purpose, has its own personality. And this album feels like so quirky in the best way. Every single song has some sense of real strong, bold colour to it, you know? Yeah, they've really gone hell for leather on it, and it's so great. And this one, like, it takes me to like the 70s, it takes me to like cobblestone Coronation Street, it takes me to like going round your nans and having a cup of tea and a bit of bread and butter, it takes me to like going down the high street and having a full English, you know? There's just something about the sounds, the references. You can hear Elton John, you can hear David Bowie, you can hear Queen, you can hear all of these like classic British rock bands from the 70s that really inspired like so much of what British culture is. Like so much of what British culture is. The Beatles was defined in the 60s and 70s and still persists. Obviously it's ever evolving, but I think there's a real kind of strong sense of powerful nostalgia within British culture for stuff from that era, you know? I think it's because it reminds us of our grandparents, you know? It's the like brown blown glass and it's like the weird flowery carpets and wallpaper, you know? It's tangible, and I don't know how they do it, but it's just in the sound of the song. Then maybe there's like some sort of reference to some TV show theme, because it really does give me like, you'll have to let me know what you think that reference is. How could I hate you? Can't even like you less. So I just hate myself instead. Woof. Why would I want to wake up alone in my bed when I could have you here between my legs? Literally love that, the visual. I know you're no good, but you're my wicked pleasure, feeding me charm in miniature measures. Don't want a dish without salt, bread without butter. It's bad for me. Good. I feel bad suits me better. Pouring salt all over your dinner because British food famously has no flavour. Classic British thing. When the last of the sand hits the hourglass floor, connections. Carve my name on the tombstone, the bad man's whore. Oh. The metaphor here being like, I love things that are bad for me, right? I love putting loads of salt in my dinner, even though it's going to give me a heart attack. And I love bad guys, even though they're gonna fuck off and be twats, you know? Yeah, such a brilliant metaphor there. Under the shadow of a mountain, I pay no mind to move. There is still some scattered light. It warms me up like it could reach me inside. And then I come into a clearing. I come into a clearing. Ooh, the clearing of the album. There's some sort of like epiphany going on. I'm not gonna move that mountain. I'm gonna go around it, right? Interesting. Oh, this is great. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is Safe in the World. Oh, what a nice vibe, hey?
I didn't feel good When they closed the borders, you couldn't come. Knowing you were there. If this felt strange, it just added it to the list. Must have felt good, it didn't stop. I just didn't know what this was. No love, no love.
No language for my love. What a phrase. I love the smoothness of this.
Streets were dressed in fear. A world I hadn't seen but heard was here. And we'll sit on walls and talk until the day gets dark.
There's so much of that with this album, the way that everything just like stops to follow the rhythm of the melody. It's so good.
What is safe, but here we are. I just didn't know what this was. No language for my love.
Amazing. This album is fucking phenomenal. Gorgeous. Just amazing. Just amazing. I love it. Just fucking, they're just at the top of their game. Like the way that every single part of the band is part of the storytelling, you know, the bass, the drums, the guitar, and Ellie completely in sync, telling the same story, you know. I love it, I love it, I love it. The other thought I had about like the kind of the London of it all, there's something about the way that they've really captured like being stuck in Seven Sisters, which is literally around the corner from me, compared to the previous album, right? Blue Weekend, which was a set in LA, I think, right? That was kind of the whole vibe, is that they were in America by the beach, etc., living this kind of like crazy lifestyle. And this one, whether it's due to COVID, I mean, a lot of it's could be due to COVID, right? It might just be because they're getting older as well and they don't want to be traveling around the world as much. It feels like they are in London and they're living in London and they're stuck in London for whatever reason. And so like so much of the sounds of the album come from around them, come from the neighborhood, you know, and it just feels like it. It just feels like it. And like the music video for The Sofa, I think was actually so instructive in actually seeding that thing in my head, right? Because like it's literally like her on a sofa going through the streets and all the kind of normal people just like dancing on the streets around her. And it's like done in like, you know, in Bounds Green area. I looked up the shop that's in the music video and it's in Bounds Green. So it's like a few tube stops away just from here. And it's just, it really captures London so well. And it kind of has this retro throwback vibe as well. And then that visual, it's just eked its way into every single song in the sound, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't feel good at all, but you came to cushion my heartache and I could laugh once more. And laugh we did. Oh yeah, we laughed a lot. And I felt safe in the world knowing you were there. When they closed the borders, you couldn't come. Still, I felt safe in the world just knowing you were there. So that's direct reference to COVID, right? And this is why it's kind of making me think, okay, maybe they got stuck in London, you know? If this felt strange, you just added to the list of things I couldn't explain, yeah? Must have felt good. I didn't stop. I just didn't know what this was. No language for my love. No language for my love. It's just, I think this like romance that she's discovered at this point is like that kind of romance like I've found in my 30s, where it's not just a fling. It's not just surface level. I'm not dating the bad guy, you know? I've moved on to the good guy. To start with, it's like, this is a different thing. It feels very different. And feels like what she's capturing here is she's written so many love songs in the past, and yet there is no language for this kind of love, right? It's a different thing. They're capturing so much of what it is to like enter your 30s and to experience the world differently, you know? When I got home that year, I took a black cab from the station. The streets were dressed in fear. A world I hadn't seen but heard was here. Still, I felt safe in the world knowing you were there. So it's like, actually, yeah, like the whole story being like the world's kind of falling to shit because of COVID. And yet I still feel okay because however far away you are, I know that you love me. And that's a new feeling for me, to feel safe, you know? Oh, it's so gorgeous. Meet me in the park and we'll sit on walls and talk till the day gets dark. And the red lights of our bikes mirrored my heart. Never really sure of what is safe, but here we are. Here we are. Oh my God, just beautiful. Like, and really explains what it was to try and like have relationships in that time, you know. I've heard millions of these stories of people being like trying to date in the pandemic, going out to a park and sitting on a wall until you have to go home, you know. The thing is, right, she's comparing the strangeness of COVID to the strangeness of feeling like a very different kind of love. And she weaves that metaphor throughout the whole thing. She's always been a brilliant lyricist, right? But like, it just feels so sophisticated this time round. And it feels like the lyrics are taking center stage when they never really did before. It was always more about the general vibe, I think. She's taking bolder risks in her lyrics and they're really just paying off. It's so stunning. Next one, this is Midnight Song. God, their guitar figures are so unique, always. Wow. Just wow.
If you don't want the party.
Oh. This song is just evolving constantly. Oh my God. This galloping, these horses. Wow. Beautiful. Again, like a completely different world. It feels like every single song, yeah, like I said before, just has such a bold sense of personality, and yet there's this like through line that is just so powerful as well. It's in the way things are played. It's in the way that all the instruments follow her voice. The instrumentation doesn't really go too far from a similar set of instruments actually between songs. It's just what they do with the instruments that like makes it a completely different world each time. It's actually phenomenal what you can do by limiting your like color palette. Just gorgeous. It was almost like you're going through this like different worlds and you're just kind of like drifting in and out of different sounds. It really captures the feeling of the nighttime, the midnight, of that sense, you know. Oh God. If you don't want the death of a party, hold the baton, perform the fee, but it's not forgotten the girl in me. Go on, go on, go on, play for me. Paint this dull room in fields of green. I find the midnight song in me. Keep the beat of the horses racing on TV. See, again, that's another very 70s British thing, watching the horse racing on telly. This is the first song where I haven't been able to grasp exactly what the meaning is. But maybe that's kind of the point. There's like the sense of like, if you don't want the party to go over, then take the torch, take the baton and keep going, you know? But I wonder what that's in reference to. Yeah, let me know what you think that one's about. Let's go on to the penultimate song. This is White Horses, which I haven't heard, even though I know it's pre-released, but I saved it. Oh, folky reference. Ah, nice. Nice. Actually, it sounds kind of almost Celtic, actually, doesn't it? But the layers of those guitars, the drums produced gorgeously. The boys are singing again. Oh, we haven't had that in a while.
Just need an answer to the question in the taxi. My sister paints apathy like blasphemy, but my choice to choose.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, great. I love the smoothness of this. This is a real driving song, you know. Oh. This has such a retro feeling to it as well. It really feels like the Beatles or something. I love all the detail in the background production, like some really gorgeous pads and detail going on in the background. It's just sick. Yeah. I feel like I'm being carried along by the white horses myself. Oh, fabulous. Do what I can to see the wood from the trees. Oh. Wow. Oh. Yes. Oh, God. Oh, this sounds so good. This actually, as much as every single song of this album is sounding really different, this actually kind of goes back to the first album, doesn't it? The vibes. It's like Freezy or something. It kind of really reminds me of that. Oh, God. Impeccable. That fucking dynamic movement into that final chorus was just absolute perfection. They just absolutely know their tension and release. They always have. And that one just absolutely fucking smashed it. Like, with the wrap their arms, keep going. You know, you're waiting for her to say around me. And she does. And it goes right back into the chorus on the home chord, just exactly when you want it to happen, right on the penultimate song on the album. It just gives you that real satisfying thing. It's the perfect place on an album to have that kind of song that has that real kind of returning home feeling. It feels like homecoming, you know? That's what it is. It really gives me that feeling of like, oh, I might have felt like I was stuck in England. I want to travel the world. I want to, you know, experience more. I'm actually not very proud of where I'm from, but maybe I can learn to be okay with it. That's kind of what it gave me. It's like, oh, maybe I can learn to be okay here. Maybe I can learn to settle down and put my roots in somewhere, you know? I don't know whether that's what it's about, but that's what I got from it. That's what it really felt like to me. Maybe that's just because that's how I feel and how these last 5 years have felt, you know, since COVID. The reason I started this channel was I want to build something. I want to start putting down roots. I want to start building something of my own. And it was being forced to stay in the UK that like really changed that for me. And it really does kind of feel like there's a parallel kind of journey that they've gone through, finding a more mature romance and also learning to put down your roots and learn to celebrate the country where you live rather than constantly trying to outrun it, you know? Yeah, I really have a feeling of kinship with the story of this album and where it's gone. And also an interesting little tidbit when we're talking COVID, Bullfans were the first band that I saw after the COVID lockdowns, and they performed in the first week where it was legal. And it was just phenomenal to be back in a live venue at all, but to be seeing them and to know that maybe they were thinking about these kinds of topics and stuff that they're now singing about in this album at that same time is really magical. One of my favourite Wolf Alice songs is Swallowtail, which is from the first album. And I'm like, how is one of my favourite Wolf Alice songs the only one that Joel sings? It's the same with Churches. I love the ones that the boys sing in Churches as well. It's not just all Ellie's kind of like lyrical journey. This is something that they're all going through, you know? And I love the feeling that they came together on this song with their voices. Music and love have magnetic properties, wrote a scholar from the island that they kept from me. I don't need to solve my unknown identity, just need an answer to the question in the taxi. I could just wander always like a leaf on the southeast breeze. I do not need no routing, I carry home with me. Be a nomad floating on the waves of the Channel Sea. I can see England waving, white horses carry me. Like I was saying before, them being in LA, this nomadic attitude. And Joel seems to be saying like, I'm very happy with that. Riding past England, like waving, you know. it's connection. The connection to home is very interesting, isn't it? I've seen God's green earth with the people closest to me. It's my choice to choose who I embrace as family. Oh shit. So he's like, I've chosen the band, You Are My Family. Oh, that's so gorgeous. Know who I am, that's important to me. Do what I can to see the wood from the trees. Both of them singing together. We understand who we are as people, and actually, like, we don't want to let other people's expectations of who we are define what we should do with our lives, you know? Let the branches wrap their arms around me. Just succumb to it. I really love, like, actually the sense that throughout this whole album, the feeling of identity and actually the exhausting search for identity, it can be quite overwhelming. And I think, like, in this song, it feels as if they're just trying to let go. Like, your branches wrap around me is like, maybe I don't have a reason. Maybe I don't have it all figured out. Maybe I can't, like, sum up exactly who I am in a short phrase. And that's okay. I'm just going to let go of that, you know? It's really powerful. Maybe it's like this kind of going into your 30s and having this expectation on you should get married, have kids, settle down, buy a house, stay in one place, right? And maybe they're actually saying, you know what? I'm going to resist that expectation because actually who I am is something different. Ellie said it, you know, I'm not going to have kids. Whereas Joel seems to be saying it in terms of like career and stuff. He's like, actually, maybe I'm happy to be nomadic. I can still celebrate where I'm from without having to actually put down my roots and stay there, you know? But I'm not sure, you know, it's yeah, maybe they don't even have the answer to those questions, you know? Right, before we go into the last song, quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you everybody over on Patreon who support what I do. You make it possible for me to keep making videos and put them on the internet, especially considering the YouTube copyright algorithm is shit and and means that like my videos on YouTube quite often I don't get paid for any of that. Just giving out all of my hard-earned opinions and expertise for free, which is what they want, you know. But you can help put a middle finger up to society by helping an independent creator directly on Patreon. Oh dear. Fuck the man. And yes, so if you think what I have is of worth to you and you want to show your support, Patreon is the best place to do it. You can also get a number of benefits, including my reactions and my thoughts to all the new music coming out on the bottom tier, which is £3. And then the £7 tier, you get my full uncut album reactions. So like this one, you get no cuts to any of the songs or anything. And then the upper tiers, you can actually request what I listen to. There's a bunch of bonus exclusive content over on Patreon and a lovely group of people to chat with who all love music. And there's a bunch of Wolf Alice fans on Patreon. They're the ones who convinced me that I should do a reaction for it and not just listen to it on my own time like I did with Blue Weekend. So yeah, make sure to go over there and have a little chat with everybody in the group chat there as well. Thank you everybody who supports me. Yeah, let's go on to the final song. This is The Sofa, which I've heard about 58,000 times, but I'm happy to vibe to it once more and actually now experience it. Now I know the story of the whole thing, you know. I love this. Let's go. Hope I can accept the wild things in me.
She can be free.
This song is perfection.
Sick of second guessing my behavior and what I want to be.
Yeah, just let me lie here on the sofa. I'll be fine, I'll be okay. I feel kinda lucky right now, I'm not ashamed to say I could be happy, I can be sad, I can be a bitch when I get mad. Sometimes I just want to let me lie here on the sofa. Sometimes I just want to. The 7th chord here just fucking kills me, I love it.
Be no one thing.
Yeah, this is it. This is the album. I don't want to be one thing. Just let me exist. Let me lie on the sofa and just be, you know?
Didn't make it out to California.
Like I'm stuck in Seven Sisters, North London, LA. Maybe that's okay. Oh, the vocal delivery there is just, yeah.
Maybe that's why I can be happy.
I can be sad, I can be a bitch when I get mad. I've just been walking around the flat saying that again and again and again.
Sometimes I just
Want to fuck, and that as well.
let me
the dynamics of this song are just absolute perfection. The way that they sweep, gorgeous. And the way it comes into this bit, perfection. Let me lie here on the sofa, on the sofa.
Hope I can accept
The wild thing in me, and we can be free. God, it just makes me so emotional how good it is. Just absolute fucking perfection. It's so good. And it just, oh God. And it hits even harder having like followed the journey of her self-identity, the way that at the beginning it feels like these two versions of her are separate. Like, who am I myself? I can't accept the girl on the stage. I have to kind of like take the piss. I have to apologize for her wildness. I have to apologize for her stage presence. But at the end, she chooses just to let go. You know, I hope that one day I'll be able to accept that part of myself, and so I can just be free, you know, or she can be free, you know. It's just phenomenal. It's just amazing. And like this whole album is just amazing. Like not one song. Often like on their slightly like on their other albums, there's like a couple of songs where I'm like, wow, okay, that was a bit of a bold move, you know. Stuff like Play the Greatest Hits, which is quite like really goes very hard and kind of like interrupts the flow, really. This album did not do that at all. It kind of felt like every single song was so different and so bold, and yet it still felt super, super cohesive and told such a like in-depth, beautiful kind of like cohesive story. Just phenomenal. Let me just run over the lyrics for The Sofa one more time, even though obviously I know them like the back of my hand. Ish. I never know any lyrics at the back of my hand, really, but like, oh my God, I've been listening to this over and over and over again. Hoping I can accept the wild thing in me. Hope nobody comes to tame her and she can be free. Sick of second guessing my behaviour and what I want to be. Just let me lie here on the sofa and watch the reruns on TV. That's the thing. And that's the thing that she's been struggling with the whole album, that was quite key in White Horses too, is this idea of identity, of this pressure to figure out exactly who you are and to be able to tie it all up in a neat little bow. And she at this point is finally saying, actually, there is no way I can actually tie it all up in a neat little bow, or even 11 neat little bows throughout an album. It's way too complex a thing to ever make so simple. So let me just lie here on the sofa, you know? Let me just exist without all these existential questions hanging over my head. Just perfection. I'll be fine, I'll be okay. I feel kind of lucky right now, and I'm not ashamed to say I can be happy, I can be sad, I can be a bitch when I get mad. It's all the different complexities of what make up a person, you know? Happy, sad, a bitch, like nice, you know? Sometimes you just want to fuck, you know? Sometimes I want to settle down. Sometimes I don't, you know? I want to settle down. I want to fall in love eventually, but sometimes I just want to fuck. Like all these things just exist all the same time. Just leave me alone. Stop trying to make me explain exactly who I am to you. I just want to be no one thing. An intellectual beauty queen. Not defined. I think that's something that's in our culture, in the modern like internet culture, is that like because of Tinder and Instagram and Facebook and everything, we've been conditioned, even like CVs, selling yourself for a job, you are taught to like sum up exactly who you are in one sheet of paper. You know, it's all about branding, about self-branding, and branding is shaving down all your complexity and narrowing it down to one thing. Us as people have been turned into self-branding machines through curating our Instagram profiles. I am no one thing. I can be all these different things at once. I can be intellectual and I can be beautiful. I'm not going to brand myself as a ditzy female just for capitalism's sake, because I can be beautiful and I can be ugly. I can be intellectual and I can be dumb. You know, all of these things are who I am. I just love the power of saying that, especially in this late stage capitalism moment, in this like moment of social media. Didn't make it out to California, where I thought I might clean the slate. Feels a little like I'm stuck in Seven Sisters, North London. Oh, England. But maybe that's okay. See, that really gets me because that really does underline exactly how I felt when I got stuck in the UK, you know? I was literally in California at the end of 2019. I did make it out to California and I made it back in time. I spent those 6 weeks on my own, being on my own, existing on my own. And it was beautiful. But at the same time, every single time I returned home from traveling, I was going to zero. I was back in with my parents. I had nothing, you know, and it felt like I'd lost everything that I'd gained every single time I came home. Obviously I hadn't, but like, that's what it felt like, especially during the pandemic, because I was completely stuck. And then I slowly started to realize that it's not all that bad. You know, England isn't all that bad. And how am I ever going to find the kind of job I want, the kind of career I want, build the career I want? How am I ever going to find love and actually nurture that love and build something, you know, foundational to my life if I'm constantly on the run? And sometimes it does feel like you're a little bit stuck in Seven Sisters, you know? I'm stuck just a couple of tube stops down the road. But maybe that's okay. Oh. Yeah. That really struck me right at the end. Again. I mean, as an album, just what a phenomenal project. I think at the beginning I was like really shocked by quite how much of a sharp turn they've taken. But Wolf Alice are still there. They've just taken a natural step forward. I think the thing is that like with Blue Weekend, they perfected what they were doing. It felt like up until that point, every album was an iteration on their original sound and they perfected whatever that was. And so what are they going to do next? You know, they've got to do something different. And I think that's why at the beginning I felt like, oh my God, is this even Wolf Alice? You know, bold step in a different direction. But as the album unfurled, I realized how freeing that must have been to like let go of the shackles of what's dictated their sound in the past and just explore all these new avenues. And it's allowed them to really blossom, for lack of a better term, to continue the analogy. They've really bloomed into something new. And like, you can hear it in Ellie's bold new directions in poetry. You know, her poetry is profound. And that's not something I necessarily I would have said, used other words to describe her poetry in the past, which I've always loved, but like, there's never really been the centerpiece of a Wolf Alice song. But like for this album, it really, really, really is. And I love the way that the band has almost kind of followed that passion, has allowed her poetry to take center stage, and it actually supported her poetry in the way that the band follow every single rhythm. There are moments where it's like she'll say something and they'll have some kind of response and then they'll all come in together, you know, on a kind of syncopated rhythm, and it highlights her story, pushes her story even further. It's like they've all kind of like clicked into place and found out a new way to play as a band that sounds really different, but like absolutely phenomenal. And I just adore this, like this story that's kind of gone all the way through. It's like dealing with being at home after having traveled, after having seen the world, you know, it's dealing with a self-identity. How does my identity connect to who I am off stage and on stage? How does my identity present itself in terms of British culture, in terms of tea and fucking sugar, or like a bit of bread and butter, you know? How does my identity work with my bandmates, my family, you know? And then at the end, she says, I don't have the answer, you know? And that's it's like a twist, you know? I can't find the answer to that, and so I'm just gonna lie on the sofa and watch telly. Fuck off, you know? Oh God. And the way that the album sounds is so bold and strange in different places, but always has this center of this like British 70s band reference, you know? Yeah, it returns to the classics, but takes those little sounds of the classics and those retro sounds and mashes it together into something totally new, which is incredible, you know, and goes to kind of tell a musical version of that narrative, you know. If those like traditions, those British traditions, were something they were scared of embracing in the past, now they have just decided to embrace them and have become something new. And you can say that for the music in terms of the references, but like the lyrics too, their relationship to the UK itself, to being stuck in Seven Sisters, but maybe that's okay. Becoming okay with being British, you know. It's just such a British problem to have. Culturally, it's a very British thing to be like, oh God. I can't wait to listen to it 58,000 times as I do for all of their albums. Because the thing is, the complexity in their albums allows them to be listened to a billion times, you know, and that's part of the joy of experiencing Wolf Alice is to just listen to it again and again and again and again and again, and to witness the songs evolve as you listen to them, you know, how your relationship to the song changes the more you listen. Like, it's just, they're a once in a lifetime kind of band for me. And I'm really shocked by this album, but like so pleasantly surprised by how much it's moved me and excited me as a listener. And I can't wait to go see them in December. Oh yes, in the O2 Arena. Okay, favourite song. What the fuck am I going to say? Oh my God. I mean, it's difficult to not say The Sofa, but I can't say The Sofa. I think maybe I'm going to go Passenger Seat. There was something about the image of that just felt so palpable and so nostalgic and so stunning to me. Yeah. I'm going to go with that one, even though obviously The Sofa is one of their best songs they've ever written, if not the best song they've ever written. You know, gorgeous. Thank you so much for joining me on this amazing, amazing album discovery. Let me know what your top 5 songs are in the comments, of course. If you want to check out the Patreon and support me there, the link is here. And if you want to check out my reactions to all the other new releases that have come out this month, check out the playlist here. Cheers.